And take a look at this brand new video from Iowa overnight where you can see blinding snow. In just hours, Iowa voters will cast the first votes in the 2024 presidential election, and it will be the coldest Iowa caucus in history today. Now, heading into today's primary, Donald Trump leads Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley by a wide margin.
Yeah, quite a few Texans have trekked to the bitter cold up north in Iowa to help their candidates in the race for second place. Our Y'all-ticks crew, they're on the scene joining them. Here's Jason Whiteley and Jason Wheeler.
Good morning, everybody in North Texas. We know that it is bitter cold there, but believe me, you want no taste of what they experience here in Des Moines, Iowa.
Well, we're experiencing in Des Moines, Iowa,
yeah,
man.
You want none of this.
Sub-zero temps.
Yeah, well below zero, in fact, but too bad because today is caucus day here.
The very first votes in the 2024 presidential nominating contest will be cast today. Texans don't get that chance for 50 more days, but it is starting today. And we found some Texans who actually made the trip up here to help in the final push for their candidates. 20 women from across the state campaigning here for Nikki Haley. They made phone calls over the weekend. They even did some door knocking in this weather. You know, polls showed over the weekend that Trump's support slipped just a little bit, right under 50% over the last few days. But listen, he's still far ahead of everyone else, of Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley. But the question for former Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price, who's here for Nikki Haley, is even though she's so far behind, even if she is second place, what does a win look like for her?
I think a win would be really great momentum for us going forward.
But what would that look like, though? I mean, Trump's way ahead in the polls.
Yeah, I think a win would be a really strong second place. You know, Trump is way up there now. We'd love to see a win to keep Trump under 50%, pull Nikki up in the 20s. And that'd be really strong going into New Hampshire.
You know, Mayor Price said they actually changed some minds when they're talking to folks on the phone.
Which is surprising because you wonder, they've had months and months of campaigning here, and yet all the way down to the wire, you've got people making calls, you've got people out in these sub-zero temperatures knocking on doors, and I wondered about that. Are there still minds to change? Are there still minds to make up? And I spoke with an expert here at Drake University in Des Moines about this. She used to cover the caucuses for the Associated Press, and she said, yeah, this last-minute stuff is a thing here.
I know it's hard to believe that there are people who maybe haven't decided just yet, but there are. When I was a reporter for the AP, I talked to them all the time. They are really taking in all of the information. They're listening to their neighbors, and even up to caucus night, they're listening to those speeches to see if something sways them.
Hey, you can listen to a special episode of our Y'all-ticks podcast that is up now to get you up to speed on what to expect today in Iowa. We'll have live coverage from that state throughout the day as well. And